but I have a feeling that in some cases there's people that would do that with, vandal.
So this is my review of this Retevis HS4. Also the exact same hardware as the Anytone AT-5555 Plus. People call it the Quad 5 Plus. There's some other K-PO brand names that rebadge this same unit. I guess obviously these come out of one factory in China, and lots of folks just stick new faceplates or graphics on these faceplates. This one says Retevis down here, and AILUNC. I don't know how you pronounce that. HS4, Hotel Sierra 4. I love this radio. It would be my ideal radio if it weren't for one main problem, and for that I'm returning it for that. And turns out it's a issue with the hardware, and all of them do this. I'm learning. But yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, what I love about this radio, I like the display. I like that it has a scan, and that it has a skip scan function. Meaning if I wanted to skip channel 39 here, if I hit function and scan, it adds a dot under the first digit there. Here, let me remove the skip. So that dot's gone right there. And now it's there. So now if I scan, I will not scan channel 39. So you can remove your, Super Bowl channel, whatever other noisy channel that's just garbage you don't care for. Yeah, receive sensitivity is as good as any radio I've tested, which is not that many. I've tested a couple of presidents, a couple of radio oddities. This is a QT40 right down here. Obviously this is my second HS4 because of the problem I mentioned a minute ago. I returned it thinking that would fix it, that it was a bad unit, but turns out they're all like that. But what is this up here? This is a Radioddity QT80. But yeah, the receive sensitivity is great that I've seen compared to other radios. I've seen seems like the President radios did not have as good receive sensitivity, but these radio oddities and the what is this? This Retevis all have excellent receives. I can unplug the antenna if I've got a weak signal and I just want to compare them. I'll unplug the antenna from here, compare it on here, compare it on the QT80 up there, and they're all almost the exact same. Or I can't tell a difference. So let's see. Noise blanker, auto noise leveling. I leave that on all the time. Let's see. High cut. I leave that on all the time. I thought I did. Whoops. Okay, so yeah, a lot of these settings, I'm not sure which ones, but like high cut. If I change the channel, this isn't a global, it's not a global setting, it's per channel. So high cut's off on channel 38, high cut is on channel 39. Maybe a pain to get them all set up the way you like them, or especially if you want it to be global, but after that, I can see it being useful to have it per channel. So I think that's a good thing, even though in use it makes no difference for me. Let's see, I don't know why, but they gave you the ability to turn off the LCD. The light's still on, but whoops, that's the wrong button. There we go. I think I just turned off there it is, yeah. You can turn off the meter over here too. Okay, so volume and squelch, that's fine. I don't like that they gave you a whole knob and they used real estate on the front here for echo. I wish that was buried in menus everywhere, like regardless of the unit. On the QT40 here, it's a small switch right there, and doesn't take up as much space. Although I would rather that was not there either. Just buried in a menu. I think just most of the people I talk to that that don't imagine themselves a radio DJ in the 1970s, they don't use echo, and they sound just fine. So yeah, that's kind of sucks that they wasted space and room for some other functionality right here. RF gain and power. Oh, here's another gripe. So let's say we're on channel 39, which we are, and I adjust the clarifier because yeah, I was trying to hear someone who was off a frequency just a little bit. Well, in my limited experience, on most radios, when I go away, that is not remembered. But on this radio, it is remembered. And there's no place in the settings to disable that memory, which means you can screw up your channels. If you've got this channelized to, let's say, CB frequencies, 11 meter channels, you can screw up your channels easily. Which I think would, if you did it bad enough, you would probably just end up factory resetting it, because so yeah, say you for some reason you turn it over there and you come back here, you say, okay, well there it is. Now I'm on frequency. Well, no, you have to remember that you were all the way around here. So I don't like that. I mean, you've got a click here, which cycles between your between what you're editing or what you're changing here, but I would rather that clarifier knob click and just reset it back to your saved memory frequency. That way I wouldn't be scared that I would be forgetting to reset a channel after I'd used the clarifier. So yeah, I don't like that. But despite this wasted space, this would be my favorite radio if the screen did not make a constant high-pitched whine. So I've already made a video about this, and I went back and watched the video, and I can actually hear it in the video when I turn it off and turn it back on again. So let's see. So I've got the volume all the way down now. I can hear the whine. Hopefully, I assume it's being recorded by the camera. It's a really high-pitched tone. So right now, the high-pitched tone is there. Well, that's better. So the tone is gone. And it's back. You might have to turn up your volume to hear that. It's not a loud tone, but when I'm sitting at my computer 6 or 7 feet away, this is annoying, the tone. So yeah, I love this radio. I love that it's got a scan. I love that, I love that it has a skip scan. Most radios, even this QT40 has a scan, but you can't skip anything, so the scan's useless because you always stop on channel 6. So can't use the scan on that one, but this one has a great scan because you can skip channels that you don't want to hear. Power's adequate. I think it's 40 watts AM. But yeah, it's a great radio. But I could get over that wasted space, which I never touch or use, and me fretting that I'm going to screw up my channels because I used the clarifier and didn't reset it manually. But yeah, that screen is what makes it a deal breaker for me. But other than that, if you can't hear the whine, then this is a great radio.
Roger that. 577.
Just fantastic
Ohio,
radio.
You're about 10 to 15 dB over 9.
So this one's in Ohio. I'm in the southeast. So he's at least a few hundred miles away. And I don't really care for skip. I just want local traffic. But yeah, it seems very good for skip. Great reception. Here's something I don't like, I didn't think about. The mic with this radio is a cheap, chintzy little mic. It works. Let me back up a little bit. It works just fine. But let's see, let's compare it to a cheaper radio, this QT40. Not much cheaper, but a little bit cheaper. The QT40 mic is stronger. Well, maybe it's not stronger. It's heavier, it's bigger, it doesn't get lost in your hand. It's got more functions. It's got up and down channels there. This is adequate, it's fine. Well, this has channel up, never mind. It's just small and cheap feeling, and it's got a squish squish button instead of a click button. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, I said it was a gripe. If it weren't for the screen issue, this would not stop me from using this radio, and I would use this mic just fine. But yeah, I did notice that compared to other radios I've got coming in and out of here, that this is the smallest, cheapest looking mic of any of them, and there have been cheaper radios. So so yeah, again, to summarize, excellent radio, excellent radio. I mean, I love this radio. I just can't stand to have it turned on because that high-pitched squeal that's always coming out of it. So yeah, maybe they'll. What I've been told is it has to do with the screen, with the hardware, with the backlight of the screen. So I don't know. I'd love to see them change that out, and I don't know, make a next generation model with the screen changed out to one that doesn't make a noise constantly. That's about it. Great radio. If you cannot hear the screen whine, then I highly recommend this radio. Because yeah, I really, really like it. And I would keep it if it weren't for that screen issue. So yeah, hopefully you can't hear it. And if not, then I recommend this radio. It's a great radio. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.